Hello everybody, SJM back with a fancy disco ball this time. Got an extra hat from one of the wardens I killed, or maybe a illager. Oh, it wasn't an illager, because I haven't seen an illager yet, but not sure. Also, I've got a couple of crystals growing here. We'll get to those in a bit, but it's been hours waiting for them to get to this state, and we'll see if we can't fix that by the end of this episode. But I guess we should go back, because I had noticed that at the end of the last episode got cut off, and I had actually recorded me figuring out how to fight the warden a little bit better. So we should go back and cover that so you at least know, because, you know, those 2 crystals you saw plus the 6 extra hearts here, I've killed 8 wardens so far, so I've kind of got it down now, I believe, anyway. But we'll go back and we'll take a look. And we'll see if, well, we won't see, but it should work, you know, every time, but maybe not. But now let's head back, and we're gonna have to trigger multiple things because it's been a while since I've been over here to Crystal Core, so yeah, when we've got a warden, I'll come back, but I'll just do the normal thing. We'll get them summoned, and then we kind of scoot away with our wand, and then float back in on top of them. That should be 3. After the blindness goes away, we'll be able to go over. So as long as we stay in the air is the key. And we can kind of float in on them. And it's 2 hits or sometimes 3 hits to get him. But you're always going to be taking a hit from him. So you kind of go through your durability a little bit on your gear, but that's not such a big deal. Just have to make sure that we don't run out of health is the main key there. I think I zipped a little bit too far away. Where did he spawn? There he is. Yeah, so he'll get you if I don't keep him up by full health, but not a big deal. You can usually warp back with your death thing and break your grave and scoot away before he has a chance to get you again. So, there we go. There's another one back there, but we won't bother with him anymore. I'll land when I know it's safe and get back to base here in a minute. Alright, we are back. Okay, so we left off killing wardens, getting wardens' hearts, which of course we just alloy with some of the budding cores that we got. And that gives us the budding hearts, which allows us to create we can get the diamond budding things, the amethysts, like all of those ones if you want to farm those back in your base. But for the purposes of advancing the quest line, I've only made the 2 that we need. Where is this? I need this diamond pickaxe, because this is our Fortune 5 one. We'll go to the quest line. So we were Fluix. So yeah, we got this down here, and then so coming this way, the block of uranite ore, we just make a redstone block and put it next to the void shimmer goo, and that'll give us the uranite geore. And then you combine it with the heart, the budding heart, and that gives you the budding geonite. And then similarly in the shiny quest line, we transform the celeste gem block into platinum geore, and again we'll make that into the budding type with the heart, and that gives us these 2 over here. And I put them down, like I put this one down, and then it was like 10 minutes or so before I put this one down again, and the random tick on these is super horrible. So we're going to have to figure out a way to grow these a little bit faster, because as I mentioned before, it's been hour and a half, close to 2 hours to get to this stage of growth here. So I've got 1 cluster, and we should get, oh, we're stingy. The nether quartz and the quartz in the crystal core dimension give me 24 per mine with the diamond pickaxe, so we definitely really do need to get that up a little bit higher. Oh, yeah, so we're getting 16 for each break because the collector is grabbing a few of them. Let's see if that's consistent. Break 2 of those, and we got 20 platinum only. Okay, maybe there is some variance with the Fortune 5 on these as opposed to with the ones that you find in the wild in the crystal. But I guess, yeah, let's cover off the rest of the quest lines, which are pretty simple stuff if you've made it this far in the pack at any rate. So in the Fluix, you're just taking the shards, you craft 9 of them, or 4 of them to make a geore, then you put it in the fragmenter to get the small dust, and then 9 small dust gets you the big dust, then the big dust in the alloyer with the impressional gem gets you the uraninite. And then the uraninite we can use to make a starter, and we really do need to get into some better power, so I was kind of hoping to get this today, but it's definitely not going to happen because each recipe here, so each uraninite gives us 1 starter or 1 reactor piece, right? Because 4 uraninite gives us 4 starter pieces, and we need 36 of these to actually make the reactor. That's the name of the thing I'm thinking of. And then exactly the same for the platinum, only with the platinum, eventually we're doing 2 things. We're making platinum blocks, which we then put close beside our void shimmer goo to get glowstone. So that's going to chew up some of our platinum resources that way. And then there's a huge investment in platinum here, with each of these flux gates taking 1 platinum ingot, a couple of these fluxites, so you're going to need quite a bit of charged Certus quartz, but that's not too hard now with the Fortune 5 pick, but at the same time there's definitely some grinding to be done there. waiting for the platinum is going to be even worse, but we'll see in a minute because I've got an idea and we're going to see how it pans out live on camera. I didn't do it off camera, but these flux gates are used in the Fractoria portal frames. So we need 4 for each portal frame. And of course, being a portal, we need 10 of these. So we need 40 of these flux gates to get there. So we're in the huge grind section of the pack right now. And I think it's a little bit bare bones right now because Ben doesn't even tell us about the thing that seems to be absolutely necessary at this stage, which if we can break one of those, it's probably gone. Is it gone? Ah, looks like it. So there's a lesson to learn too. Breaking these ones doesn't give us anything at all. So you can't break them before it becomes the Geor cluster. So just pay attention to your Wayla at the top middle there. So yes, they disappear completely. But luckily we've got lots of hearts and extra of the, oh, where are they? Gonna need 2 of those. There they are, and 2 of those. There we go. We'll be back when that's done. All right, looks like we're good to go here. So, if you know about Applied Energistic and growing these crystals, especially for Certus quartz, then you should know about the growth accelerator. But for those that don't know, this will grow. Do I have it bookmarked? I don't. So the growth accelerator accelerates the growth of Certus or Amethyst, and then by extension, I'm pretty sure it applies to all the Geors as well, but we're going to find that out live on camera here. And if you really wanted to grow crops in the world, you wouldn't be able to do this until you got to the actual overworld, which is kind of the point of the whole pack, but you could do it to grow those as well, but you put it just beside your budding Geors, and it should accelerate the growth there. So, oh, and the recipe on what isn't too hard. We've got quartz glass, which is 5 of this Certus quartz dust to make 4 quartz glass plus some glass, and these ME cluster or cables, which take 2 fluix plus a quartz fiber, which is 3 more Certus quartz dust there. So you need a little bit of Certus quartz dust, but not too hard again because we've got the Fortune 5 pick working for us. So it's pretty smooth going when we get down to the or back in the crystal core dimension. Let's put these on there and let's turn these into butters again. Let's see, so it looks like it is, yeah, definitely growing about 10 times faster, if not more than 10 times faster. So look at that, we've even got a full cluster down there already. I'd say 100 times faster. 100 to 500 times faster. That's definitely the way to go. So you absolutely need to have those. And there we're averaging 18 for each cluster already. We got 24 off of that mine. So there is a little bit of variance when mining these ones, but mining the natural ones you find in Crystal Core, as I mentioned before, was 24 every time with the Certus and the Certus quartz and the nether quartz. Or regular quartz, I guess it is, because it's not nether quartz anymore. But yeah, there we go. So we get plenty of it that way. Then we take these gears and process them like we have been doing with all the others so far. So just plopping it in. We'll get the small dusts, right? Kind of where I do want a magnet, but at the same time, look, that's actually quite nice now. So yes, it's an absolute must-have is that growth accelerator. Otherwise, you're just kind of really defeating the purpose of even playing the game, I think. But yeah, we'll get some of these resources and work our way down towards this way. The glowstone is just used for now in the Imperium crystal so that we can craft our Imperium essence up to Supremium essence. Does take a nether quartz for this craft, but that's not too hard, and if you've been slowly growing your Inferium in there as you go, that's not too hard either. Or yeah, then you should have lots of Inferium to upcraft it all into the other ones. Like I still have 3 going, or no, just 2 at this point, because I've switched back to doing all of the elemental things again. Because we need 200, right? Because we need 10. We need 200 more of each of these essence, plus the essences to make the crystal core portal frames for each of them. So that's 220. Of each of them, if you want to avoid having to tear apart your crystal core frame, because yeah, you definitely would want to go back to crystal core for mining more diamond and emerald Certus. Like I don't think I would want to grow that in the overworld. I guess maybe you could get more growth accelerators, and that would make it a lot less painful. Yeah, see, it's coming in at a pretty good rate. So I guess, yeah, you could just make a bunch of growth accelerators, and you'd need a certain pattern to give each of them space to grow. But you could crowd them in around here. You would just lose out, right? Because I'm losing out on some in here. But if you set them a little bit diagonal to each other, you can give them more room to grow. If you wanted to optimize that a little bit better, I'm sure there is a way. So favoriting our dust recipe. So yeah, after all of that, I ended up with 2 platinum dust, which isn't too horrible at the end of the day, but like I said, that's going to be a huge grind to get from there up to, you know, the 40 sorry, it's 1 for each of those. Yeah, 40. Just to get the gateway, never mind getting your glowstone and stuff that's over on this side. And as well in the Fractoria quest line. Where was it? Did I see it somewhere else? We need more platinum when we get in there so that we can make this stuff. So netherite plus platinum. And I didn't really see what netherite's, at least this is 1 to 1 here instead of 4 to 1. So we're being nice to us in a way there, but I don't know how we're going to find the netherite. Lakes of molten debris. I guess we'll see that when we get there eventually, but for now, I think that's going to end off this shorter episode because at this point, there's not a lot to show you other than just following the simplified quest lines and just grinding out all of the resources that we need. I guess we could set up over here with these. You're just going to have to keep an eye on your fortune pickaxe so that it doesn't break on you. But we do have the ability to make the advanced block breaker now. So we should have lots of primal steel or regular steel plus a simple block breaker gets you the advanced one, and this can operate in area with an area of effect. We can grab one and take a look at it because I've got an extra breaker just lying around. Did you get caught there? No, I got it. There, we can make a 3 by 3 by 3 cube and just offset it. Just playing with it to find out which way it moves and goes, but see, we've got that. Oh, we need it one more over. And of course, we would need an extra item collector over here to grab these as they get broken. Do I need to turn you on or... Ah, okay, I need to put in what it's going to be breaking. So we want to look for the platinum G-ore cluster, and you can drag it into the UI that way. Oh, and this will take energy as well. Ha! First time playing with this mod. I know what it does, I just have never used it personally before, so... Wait, where's my energy pipes? Ah! It just broke everything, which is funny in itself. But, yeah, that is that. And so with this breaker, then, you would want to put on a deny list and put in the budding G-ores, plus anything else that you don't want broken that would be inside of that thing. Or actually, hold on, you would do an allow list and put in these clusters. That's where I messed up. So platinum and uranite cluster. crystal? Yes, it'll be crystals, right? No, clusters. So those two on the allow list should work at that point there. But at any rate, yeah, nothing like a nice little derp there to end off an episode. But figuring it out live on camera, sometimes I have to do that because I don't know everything. But that has been this episode. Probably be some delay for the next episode with the amount of grind that there seems to be there, but maybe we'll get this system figured out, and you know, obviously we'll have to find some more of the budding things. Killing the warden is one thing that's fairly straightforward, but getting more of the budding cores is a little bit harder to predict on getting, right? Because you gotta kind of mine up a whole bunch of geodes and hopefully you get it that way. But at any rate, that's it for this episode. I hope you all enjoyed, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye!